Hello and welcome back again, Commanders and Commanderettes. Justy Puller here with another War Commander video. This one is on the Planetary Perdition main event. And what we're going to do is we're going to compare the different types of runs that you can do. First of all, we're going to start out with the strike bases. And we can do those very quickly with free repair. Occasionally you'll have, a few seconds of repair. It's not a big deal. It's fairly consistent. Um, but here's the kicker. You get 900,000 XP for doing just base 1 and base 2. If you do the incursion bases, you have to do 3 bases. They're very, very quick if you use the method that I'm going to show you, but you have to do 9 of those in order to equal just the 2 bases for the strike bases. So, and actually the strike bases are about the same speed as you doing one run of the incursion bases. Alpha, Bravo, and Charlie. You can do strike 1 and strike 2 in about the same amount of time. So actually, it's 3 times slower to use the incursion bases. Now, if you cannot do, for whatever reason, if you cannot do base 1 and base 2, then go ahead and do the incursion bases. The incursion bases, what I'm using is the exact same thing that I'm using on this base number 1 right here. And you have to watch out for the power plants here because the power plants will cause a lot of damage to the missionaries. And so I just stopped the missionaries temporarily and then let them go again. Now this will be a few seconds worth of repair on this one, but it's just hit and miss. Sometimes you're going to take damage, sometimes you're not because it's moving so quickly and they have a percentage of like taking no damage whatsoever. Well, sometimes it doesn't work, sometimes it does. So what I do is I do that one first. I'm going to go back to my base and just going to start repair. I'm not going to do anything to it. I'm not going to individually take the units out. I'm just going to start repair because it's probably like 5 minutes and 10 seconds, something like that. So now we go on to base 2. You want to make sure that this is strike base 2. You want to make sure that Ruby is off. That way, when you turn Ruby on, everything is moving forward at the same time. And the only one that really moves forward too fast is Dr. Ake, and he'll go ahead and take damage. So slow him down. When the Mars stops to shoot, you want Dr. Ake to be right there with Mars. So then you take him off of hold. I'm going back to the base just to see how much damage is done there. And as you can see, it's free repair already. So it was just a few seconds of damage. Now I like this because it's really now here's the thing. I calculated. I got to do like 38 of these things. 38 sets. That means 38 strike ones, 38 strike twos in order to get what I want. However, normally I've noticed it's like 22 bases. So this time it's more bases that I have to do to get what I want, but um, it's not as much of a grind because it's very quick and there's no repair time. So, uh, you know, honestly, you could do 38 bases in a couple of hours if got free repair on every one of them and if you stuck with it. Um, so my plan is I'm going to do like 8 to 10 a day and then call it quits. And that should get me in the 4 days. I should be able to do 40 of these things. Maybe I'll do more than 38. We'll see. But in order to max out on everything and get what I need 38 bases. So that's a little bit more of a grind than usual, but it's less of a grind because the base is far more doable because of the bombards. Oh, by the way, I'll show you on the incursion bases that I'm going to do this. Something is up with, I don't know if it's supposed to be this way or not, but something is wrong with the speed on the missionaries. You saw when I did base one right there. Like if you deploy um, the what's his name, the pioneer hero. If you deploy the pioneer hero first and then you deploy the missionaries, then everybody is faster. If you deploy the missionaries first and then the pioneer hero, then everybody is slower. So on the last base, I did that on purpose. You'll see here coming up on the incursion bases. So there's no damage on there. That's the strike base 2 and tactical strike, I guess you call it. And then I'm not going to do these in order because I don't like looking for them. So this is the method that I use to find the bases. I just click on the missions and then that finds the base for me. And in this case, it found Bravo, which that's fine. It's out of order, but I don't want to look around for bases. And then you notice how fast the missionaries are. That's because I deployed the pioneer hero. What's his name? I can't think of his name. Huh. But anyway, when you deploy him first, and then that's why I have him in a different slot, and then the missionaries will go very, very fast. Um, and I think they're hitting harder too. But there's a problem because the missionaries should be able to shoot these what do you call it, the power plants and not take damage. But right now they're running right up on the power plants, so I'm thinking they've lost range. That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking they've lost range going faster, or maybe because they're moving so fast, they they're closer or something. I don't know, but they don't normally run that fast, and so I've looked into the workshop. I've looked into the auras, and it doesn't make sense to me. the the pioneers are supposed to gain um, hit point or firepower and speed when they are with or when the hero's on the map. But gosh, I can't remember his name. Oh, something Drake. Klondike or something like that. I think it's Klondike is his name. Is that it? Klondike? Like a Klondike bar? So you notice that time that he was much, much slower, right? So we've got a little bit of repair there um, because they ran into those power plants. Um, so, I mean, it's actually probably free repair. I just have to individually take them out. Now, that was a mistake. I could have kept them back from Normally that's free repair. Okay, that's honestly that's normally free repair. I was just showing you the difference. I normally let them go on fast, and that time I went on slow, which was probably a mistake. Um, Normally I do deploy Klondike first. That's not Klondike, is it? Kodiak. That's his name. Kodiak. Um, so I normally let Kodiak go first, and then they're faster. And usually it's free repair. I did it slow like that so I could show you guys, but so that was just that's on me. That was my mistake that I did that. But here's my point for the whole video. Let's say that was free repair, right? It takes just as long to do the incursion bases one time as it does to do the tactical strike bases one time. And you have to do the incursion bases 3 times in a row, which is 9 bases. So therefore, it's much slower to do the incursion bases, and you don't get as much XP. It's just not worth it. One thing you can do, one thing that I like to do is flip back and forth. Do a few of these, do a few of those, and that way it doesn't get too boring, right? So, because the incursion bases are fun because they're so fast, but you're not going to get very far very fast by doing just incursion bases. So that's my point. Is that a little bit more difficult to do the tactical strike bases, but you're going to get 900,000 versus, let's see, what is it? 50, 50, yeah, 300,000. You get 300,000 for doing the incursion bases one time, and you get 900,000 from doing the tactical strike bases one time. So you have to literally do exactly 3 times uh, the amount. Well, it's actually more because you got to do 3 bases, right? For those. So you have to do like, let's see, 9 bases versus 2. So you do the math on that. Good luck, guys. Hope this was helpful.